Hey folks, Vince the Evil Dungeon Master here, back with another video for my channel here. This is going under AD&D 1E, Idols and Ifritis. This is an amazing website that I just discovered a couple days ago, and I've been going through it slowly but surely. And it's like the best thing, or the closest thing you could find to having what the 5th edition players have of D&D and beyond. If you play online, or even if you don't play online, you could still use this for your group in person, and it's just amazing. It's the AD&D Toolkit, has so much stuff in it, and it's free, which dd.servegame.com, and I'll put a link in the notes. Why use this toolkit? It is a mobile optimized digital character sheet for players that integrate with a variety of tools for dungeon masters that speed up and simplify the more mundane tasks of adventuring. There are some homebrew editions, but we are largely here to adhere to AD&D first edition, or at least the first edition rule set. So I'm thinking maybe he's talking about Osric or something. You can create characters to have all their stats live in our database. This allows you to display the character sheet at any time for easy reference. Much of the data is automatically adjusted by the system to mitigate the need for constantly referencing charts and matrices. DMs can create campaigns and connect character sheet data for integration of parties, statistics to be managed during gameplay. And here gives you a little preview of what it looks like, but we'll get into that in a minute. There are a number of DM tools, modules built in AD Toolkit to perform that makes gameplay a little smoother and easier. For instance, comprehensive surprise reactions, including race and class bonuses, are automatically factored into DM tools for on-the-fly surprise calculations with each encounter. And of course, the automated character encumbrance values that factor into the overall party movement rate. So not only are you able to keep track of your character's encumbrance, it will actually take into the fact that if you're going through a hex crawl, how far your party can go, because they're actually carrying way too much. And you'll have it all at a glance. So you go in here, and it tells you how to use this site to go through some ways to go do it. You can go there, join their Discord, create a new character. So let's go ahead and check that out. They have my characters up here at the top, the character sheets, the DM tools, which show you my campaigns, charts and tables, virtual dice, sound manager. Virtual dice basically just brings you out to Google, like the Google version of dice. Sound manager, they have a whole bunch of free sounds that you can use in there, like effect sounds. And tabletop audio brings you to tabletopaudio.com, which is a free site for getting just some mood music for your game. And they actually have their support, how to use it, troubleshooting, how to homebrew, and their privacy checklist and everything that's going on. So let's take a look first at my characters, because it's pretty neat. I was going through this, and I created my own character just for the hell of it, to see what it would look like. And this is basically what your character looks like when you display it, just when you want to play a game. It allows you to add your languages. It gives you your strengths. I just picked a random whatever it gave me just to get into this screen so I could see it. And you could live on this screen if you're playing online to have your character. And the DM has a copy that he could see this as well via the campaign. So it's real simple, and you could print it out if you want to take it around, manage your backpack by adding items to it. Whatever gold items and treasure you have storage. Maybe you can use that as a bank area. Weapon proficiencies you get to pick. Update your character as you need him or her. And it actually displays adventure images, which you can upload custom images, the campaign name, the day in the campaign, which is important because a lot of DMs like to keep track of how many days are in their campaign and how many days have passed. Now, I'm not talking about for that one-on-one time thing that nobody really uses. I'm talking more about how many days go past, because most people don't use one-on-one time, and I'm not going to get into that debate right now. But the character sheet, we'll go to character sheet, which is this. My characters will create a new character just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. It's pretty cool. So it populates the fields for you. Just do that, and if you just keep hitting refresh, it'll keep doing random things for you as far as what you want to pick. And you can pick male or female, whatever race you want, whatever class, with combinations. The one thing that I do noticed is that, let's just say you pick a dwarf, a cleric. Let me do wisdom. Let's put it at 6. Now, it's going to give you an error message that says this constitution value violates the race gender limitations. The class race combination is not possible, and the wisdom is too low for this class. So you cannot just randomly put things in and do that. So if I wanted to be a dwarf, I would have to be like, okay, I got to follow the rules, unless I'm homebrewing it. But we'll just say it's a cleric. We'll say now he is human, and we'll put his wisdom up to 16. So he's an awesome, what do you call human? Create that. Boom. There is our new character right here. Now you want to activate your character to make sure you can join the your DM's campaign. Once you activate it, he becomes like this regular color. Deactivating it obviously would be you're not using it, or the character's dead, or whatever, you moved on. But activating it, campaign will say nothing because you're not in that campaign, but you can select a new campaign. But we'll get to that in just a second. So for DM tools, as you can see here, we got my campaigns, charts, and tables. We'll go to charts and tables real quick. Not sure why this should be AD&D, but whatever. It allows you to actually make a custom amount of what you want your coins to be. So if you don't want this combination, you don't have to. It also has daily travel. So you know how many miles per day your characters can travel in the campaign. It has all these various charts right here, so you know what you need, and it's kind of awesome. I really like this. Now we can get to the campaigns. Like I said, virtual dice just brings you out to Google Dice, and you've all seen that. I made a test campaign. Basically, it brings you here, and it gives you the evasion calculator, pursuing enemies outdoors, creating a city, adding images. You have to add images via Google Drive, so you basically use your own space for this. Expenses calculator, advancing time. You could do how many days went by. You could say 3. It moves the campaign ahead 3 days. You can manage your city, which I did a little basic city. I did a test city. Then you can go to it, and you have to add the characters to the test cities and things like that, your NPCs and everything that you want to use. There's just some general details here about the campaign. Make it active, inactive, expired. Generate tokens so other people can't get to it. Allow day multipliers. See how real life passes during days. So you could use the one-on-one time if you want. Day multiplier. Use max level. Monthly expense rate, which a lot of people don't use in their games. I've noticed that when you do the 100 gold per level for the monthly, it's supposed to be like an upkeep. And I did a whole podcast on this for my AD&D podcast, Evil Dungeon Masters AD&D Universe First Edition. I did a whole thing about how this expenses for 100 gold pieces per level, and you can make that whatever you want. Make it 10 if you really want, but that's supposed to be the upkeep that players will pay to like get their stuff repaired, living in town, storage, things like that, just upkeep and things. And once we do that, we got our sound manager, which you can go over here and take a peek at, and it has all these little free sounds that you can use for your campaign. I'm not gonna play them here just in case they're not for free. I don't know. I haven't really tried it. And then tabletop audio, you've all been there. It is a website. Here it is. It just gives you some mood music, and these are supposedly 100% free to use on YouTube, or if you want to use on Twitch or whatever, for mood music in the background. But that is the whole thing in a nutshell. If you want to really support them, head on over to their Discord or go through all the troubleshooting, and they will gladly want to talk to you. With that said, tell me how you would use this in the comments below. Keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, and God bless everybody.
Don't ever laugh, Aster.